But they've just recently brought out the iPhone 4S, which is obviously a successor to the iPhone 4. Apple, puts products into development at least 18 months to 3 years in advance, and who knows, they might be, looking at bringing out a new iPhone very soon. But all I can say at this moment is we have no credible sources to say that there is a phone coming out, which could be only be the company.
They tend to kind of like to release at least one or two products per year. So going by past, we can assume that there will be the iPhone 5.
Yes.
That will be coming out. But like I said, like Raman said, there's no source. They've not confirmed it on any of their websites, not done a press release. We can assume there will be at some point. We don't know when and we don't know what it will be. But thank you very much for your question. So continuing with this Y drive. So just a quick overview. So it is essentially, like a storage device, a memory storage device, like you've got your pen, like you have, etc. The difference being, this makes your data available wirelessly. So you don't have to plug it into anything. You don't have to connect it. There's no formal connections that you need to make. So this device, you can access your data from any of the iPod devices. So it's an iPod Touch, an iPhone, or an iPad. So what we're going to do on this particular model that Raman's got, he's loaded up some pictures on there, and there's also a movie trailer. So what we're going to do, from two separate devices, we're going to access two separate files, in essence, yes?
Right. What we're going to do is, obviously, before you start, you need to download an app on the iDevices, which is a Y Drive app.
Yep.
And this app can be downloaded free from the App Store. Once you've downloaded this, you need to obviously switch this on. So it's actually switched on. You can see a blue light beeping. Click on this app, the Y app.
Yep.
And as you can see, obviously, it brings out, it shows you on the home screen the wireless Y drive, and the drive itself is on the table. We've downloaded a couple of pictures and music and movie trailer. What I do now is, if Usman can get that up as well.
Yeah, I'm just switching it over to Y drive.
So you need to go into your settings and obviously choose the Wi-Fi network, and obviously once you've chosen the network, it needs to show this on.
So as we can see on these two, we've opened it up and we've accessed the drive, and it shows the same files on both phones, on both devices.
Both devices. So what I'm going to be doing is, do you fancy watching some movie trailer?
I'll click on the movie trailer.
And I will go on to pictures.
You will go into the pictures. So this is from the same device at the same time. I am going to access this, which is a movie trailer, which should hopefully load up very quickly. Yeah.
And I'm watching some pictures. So actually the utility of this drive is, if I am actually traveling with a family and I have different people in who want to look at different data, that is where the beauty is. So obviously, as you can see, no constraint on speed.
Yep.
And you can literally go from one application to the other.
So yeah, as we can see, I've got a movie running on here, and obviously you've got pictures on there. So it's the same
Disney.
device, same time. So obviously more than one person. Is it up to 5 devices, did you say?
Up to about 5 devices. So, you could have an iPod Touch, and you can have maybe another device, which is an Apple family device. And what obviously the manufacturers are saying is that they're going to bring out a version which will then work with Android as well.
Yeah.
And it's going to be available soon in the market. So quite a nice, handy device, quite lightweight and obviously quite useful, wherein you can charge this up through a normal PC. It's got a mini USB port and lasts for about up to 4 hours. So not bad, all in all, for about £89 for a 16 gig drive.
Yep, and obviously Kingston is a well-known make when it comes to memory storage devices as well.
In the market.
So yeah, so there's the two. Like I said, this particular device is something which a lot of people can use, like Raman was saying, if you're on a trip somewhere, or even for business uses. Obviously, if you've got some sort of files which are there, everyone can access them on their various devices at the same time. If you want to do a sort of presentation, things like that. So it has many functions. Of good price point, like you've said.
Yes.
Only £89 for 16 gig and about £120 for 32 gig, which I think is very reasonable for what it does. We're going to move on to the next one. We've got next section, which is the Webster section, where we're going to talk about, rather than a particular website, we're going to talk about a particular app, which is very unique in what it does. So you're going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, what we've done for this week is I've picked up 2 different types of apps. which are quite innovative in terms of, obviously we've been looking at a lot of phones, and obviously most of these smartphones coming out now have a lot of good memory, they have a good camera, and obviously a lot of innovative applications are coming out in the market. And the one that I picked up is actually called the Witness app. Witness app, and it's an app which is available on obviously the App Store. And if I go onto the phone here, you will basically see that this is an app that you can download, which is called Witness Driving app. You know, it's obviously an app which is related to if you're driving, and if you have a crash, then obviously if this app is running, then obviously you can have your whole incident actually recorded, which then can be sent off to, you know, insurance companies, which can be then sent off as proof and things like that. And the beauty about this app is obviously it's got a very sleek, very nice usable interface. So as you can see, it's got four main things on the app itself. You can straight away go into recording, you can go into settings, and you can obviously set up some details for your insurance, so that in the event if you have some sort of an accident, then some of these things can directly be emailed from your phone off, you know, to your relevant I would say insurers. The beauty about this app is when you start running this app, you know, the app actually activates itself after a certain speed. So for example, on the screen, as you can see, if I set a speed of about, say, if I can see 50 miles per hour, then obviously the app actually gets into action after I've started driving at 50 miles per hour. So
obviously if you're on motorway or dual carriageway or etc. etc.
And the beauty is obviously with all these phones which have a lot of memory in them, all you need to do is basically mount it on a very standard mount, which then is, you know, most of these phones have a rear camera. So as of now, basically what you do is you mount it on a particular stand, and then if I'm driving, obviously I'm facing the phone, and the app is using the rear camera to do a recording once I go past a particular speed. And it's got some innovative settings in it, obviously, you know, which allows you to record the speed, the route that you've taken as far as when you've traveled, and obviously, you know, it can record a couple of videos, and if you do feel that they are not required, you can obviously delete them. So quite an innovative app, which is available at, I think, 69 pence. You know,
so very cheap
from the you know, App Store. And obviously this app is available on the Android as well, or for Android handsets, and I think they are looking at bringing that out in other operating systems as well.
So yeah, that's something very good for obviously professional drivers and everyone really. So
I think the key thing is obviously when you look at commercial drivers, they've always had the ability to, you know, record and have these you know, obviously traveling journeys when they're carrying goods and stuff. But for the normal consumer, which never had the access to this kind of an app, at about 69 pence, I think it's a good app to have. If you're a nervous driver and you're quite scared that obviously, you know, cash for crash kind of things are going to happen, then obviously this is one of the apps that you can look at.
So yeah, that's fantastic, that one.
Good stuff. Moving on to the other one, obviously a lot of us on the phones, we use we dial, you know, the 0800 numbers, and that's one of the things which you try and not dial from a mobile phone because these calls are quite expensive. So we've got another app that we want to cover on obviously the show this time is 0800 Wizard app, which means that you can dial through your mobile phone some 0800 numbers, 0844 numbers, but that then comes off, the logic is comes off your standard minutes, or if you're on a pay-as-you-go, obviously it gets billed to you, but you're not paying that excessive 41 pence in some cases, you know, as high as about 41 pence in some cases when you're dialing these premium numbers. And that's a very handy app to have, obviously, when you try and dial in to most of your, you know,
insurers, banks, etc.
They typically expect you to dial on an 0800 number. And I think what we've tried and done in our analysis is obviously tried and tested the app out, and it's a good money saver, obviously. For a lot of customers in recession, obviously, if you're looking at calling in from your you know, phone to some of these companies, then obviously you can save a lot of money on this. So all in all, a very good app that you can download, and this app is basically free.
It's
a free app on the Android as well as the App Store. So it's something that you can download and try it out, and obviously let us have your feedback in terms of how the app worked for you through our website.
So yeah, wonderful. Yes, obviously if you want to contact us, obviously like Raman said, you can do it. Obviously you can give us a call if there's a inquiry that you need to make and you need an expert straight away. You can do that. You can give us a call. You can go to our website, which is www.dmdigitaltv.co.uk. You can find us on Twitter, which is @dmdigitaltv. I'm sure there's email addresses. All the information that you require is on our website for you to contact us and let us know if there's any particular product that you want us to review or you think you've used, is particularly good for us to pass on to everyone else. Like I said, we are here broadcasting to about over 160 countries. So in essence, Raman, you are educating the world on this. So it's a big pressure to have. We are educating the world on everything which is new in terms of technology. But for now, obviously we're an interactive program. We're going to take one of our calls. So hello. Hello. I think someone's there. They just don't know that it's them. Hello. All right, we'll move on. But yeah, like I said, we are in essence, like I said, it's a big pressure. We are educating the world.
Well, I guess one of the key things about us is that in terms of this show is there's so much technology around. And if I look at 20 years back, when I was probably in school, I didn't have all this technology around us. And we become so dependent on this technology that at some point in time, we need to simplify this. What does this do for me?
What does this do?
So
exactly.
a phone is a phone, and that's it. It does texting and say, I can make phone calls on it, but a phone is a phone, but it's no longer a phone.
No longer.
So you can do many things with the phone, and the whole idea of doing this on the show is
to let everyone know. I think we may have another question via caller, so we're going to take one. Hello. Hello.
हेलो
Hello, is that Vikas?
जी बात कर रहा हूँ मैं
जी फरमाइए.
जी मोबाइल का पूछ रहे हैं हम ये क्या दे रहे हैं इधर मोबाइल का तो हम पूछ रहे हैं मंगाएं कैसे से क्या करना है इसके यार
जरा दोबारा से अपना सवाल कीजिए.
जी
Hello. Had a little bit of difficulty understanding the question. I think it may have been relating to the previous app about the costings and things like that. A lot of people may not know if you are calling an 0800 number, if you are calling from a BT landline, it is normally free. But if you do the same call from your mobile, it's going to charge you a lot more money. Same with 0845, 0844, like Raman was saying. So if in this case, this particular app, the 0800 Wizard, if you were to put in the number, so if you've got an 0800 number, put the number in, press the button and it will convert it into a local call, which will be charged obviously off your 3 minutes. Or there we go, we've got it's coming up on the screen there. So it's available, like it said, on the App Store and on Android Market, and it is BlackBerry as well, and it is absolutely free.
Yes.
So you can try it out. If you don't like it, no problem. Let us know why you didn't like it as well, and obviously we can put that forward to the company.
Fantastic. Yes.
So we're going to move on to some websites that
Yes.
you've found for us. I'm going to quickly bring them up here, actually. I'll leave you to do that. Some very, very good websites. Here in the Webster section of the program, what we like to do is we like to, like Raman has told you about, innovative apps which are quite brand new, provide something completely different. In this case, we found, Raman's found some fantastic websites. But before he goes to tell us about the websites, I'm going to take a call. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, who's that?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello. Just want to congratulate you for such a great service, actually.
Thank you very much. Is there
It's
anything
very
in particular
helpful,
that you
very
would like to ask
informative.
us?
I just call...
Hello?
I basically asked for the iPhone 4.
Yep.
How can we get access to the right things? Like, because I don't, I got the iPhone though, but I haven't got no idea that how to use that.
Okay.
Or the other screen touch phone. If you just give some
Any particular
demonstration of it, if
aspect
you
of the
got some.
phone that you've...
But just wanted to thank you for that because it's the greatest service for us. I really appreciate that and like it so much. Please keep coming and keep doing shows like this.
Thank you very much. Yes, in future we will try and break it down. Obviously the gentleman was saying he's having problems with certain aspects of the phone. We will try and simplify them in future shows. If you keep watching, we'll obviously provide you a breakdown. For those people who may have just been given a present of an iPhone, don't know how to for example, send a picture to someone else, things like that. We'll have these little sections coming up, but obviously today we're going to focus on a few things that we've got lined up for you. But thank you very much for that suggestion. We will definitely implement that in future shows.
Brilliant. Right, going on to one of the websites, obviously people who have kids, and if you are obviously one of the parents who has these devices at home, I've been looking through a lot of websites and a lot of apps which help you, and obviously, you know, if kids have started using these devices, then obviously help them to pick up something, some of these things. So obviously I've come on to one of the websites which is called the Me Genius. It's a good website because of a simple reason. It has a lot of books that is available which kids love to read. And if you're a parent who's into, you know, story time, and obviously your kids love to listen to stories, then I think this is a good site that you will like. Especially because you can download books in the form of ebooks or straight away onto products like these, the tablets, and also at some point in time, you know, if you are into published books, you can order them off the website. And a great selection of you know, free books is available from this website. As you can see, it's got a very good obviously interface, and it's quite user friendly. It's easy to navigate, and obviously you can go on and download a couple of books, like say for example the free book Pinocchio, which is available. One of the very famous titles, Rapunzel, you know, especially with girls, that you can download. And you know, the site itself is quite simple, quite easy to use, quite navigation friendly, and obviously has a lot of information that, you know, sometimes you're aware of, but when you get to see it and you get to interact with it, I think it just brings out sheer joy in terms of why when you look at these you know, websites. One of the other things which I will also pick up, you know, with this website is again for kids, and that website, I've already opened it up, is basically called Starfall. And I have a daughter, and obviously she's learning, you know, alphabets and numbers and stuff like that. And as you can see, the interface on the website, if I turn it around like this, hopefully, does it? No, it doesn't. If I look, yeah, okay, it makes it a bit bigger. And obviously, when you look at this, obviously they can learn to you know, do a bit of maths, play with numbers, and obviously, you know, alphabets, and it's done in a way wherein it's quite user friendly. It's got fantastic music in the background.
Yep.
Fantastic music in the background, and obviously a very nice interface which is quite inviting for kids when they look at websites like these.
So if you just give the web addresses for both of the websites quickly before we go.
It is, the first website that we looked at was called megenius.com, and the other one that we looked at today was starfall.com.
Yes, so even if you don't, just remember the names, obviously you can find them in the search engine. So Me Genius and obviously starfall.com, great websites for children, interactive learning for reading books, etc., etc. I think for now we're very short of time, but thank you very much, Raman, for all of your input. Again, you've been wonderful, giving us loads of information. Hopefully next week you'll have the same.
Absolutely, we'll try and bring in something more exciting next week, and we'll try and bring more gadgets for review on the show.
Fantastic. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for calling in, for being part of our show. Hopefully if there's any suggestions, you can make them to us, www.dmdishtotv.co.uk. Find us on Twitter, etc. Send us an email. Loads of different ways to communicate. But for now, I'd like to thank Raman. Thank you for being there for us. And I thank you for watching and taking part. We'll be back next week. Thank you very much.